Chosen one, stop everything you are doing right now. Do not dare scroll past this message. Lock your attention on my voice. And the algorithm did not bring you here by accident today, because heaven explicitly intercepted your feed to deliver this profound truth. That quiet feeling you carry is real. It is not your imagination. You have been carrying a heavy weight in your soul for weeks. Your body feels completely drained. Sleep does not fix this exhaustion. And last night, when you were crying out in the absolute darkness, the creator of the universe heard every single whisper that fell from your tired lips. He saw your tears. He knew your pain. The world tells you that you are just depressed. They say you are too sensitive. They do not understand your spiritual architecture, and they will never see the true magnitude of your soul because they are blinded by the shallow noise of this modern world. You try to blend in. You try to smile. Let me reframe your reality right now. You are not losing your mind. That sudden heaviness in your chest is not clinical anxiety, and your spirit is actually detecting a massive shift in your timeline while heaven places a protective shield around your destiny. You are being isolated. It is for a divine reason. Think about your daily life. You can instantly read the energy of every person. You detect their lies before they speak. And this rare gift of spiritual discernment is a powerful weapon, even though it often leaves your physical body feeling completely overwhelmed by the chaos. You feel lonely. You feel tired. You have spent years acting as the universal problem solver. You absorb their negative energy. You carry their heavy burdens. And when they are fully healed by your light, they turn around and walk away without ever showing a single ounce of genuine gratitude. They leave you empty. They leave you broken. This is why you have been pulling away lately. You want to close the door. You want total silence. And the enemy works overtime to convince your mind that this sudden separation is a cruel punishment from God, while you are secretly being prepared for greatness. But the truth refuses to stay hidden. This isolation is your holy insulation from low frequencies. Heaven is cleaning out your room. The false connections must fade away. You cannot travel into the next dimension with blind people. And right now, as I speak these words, the Father is resetting your entire path because your current assignment is shifting into something far greater. You must hold on. You must trust Him. Do you frequently wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning? Your eyes just open in the dark. Your mind is instantly awake. And this is the sacred watchman hour, when the veil between dimensions is thinnest, while your spirit is being called to stand sentinel over your home. You are on watch. You are not alone. The warfare has been intense this week. The enemy is working overtime against your house. He throws arrows of doubt into your mind. And he is terrified of the breakthrough that is circling your name, because he knows that he cannot stop the blessing of the Almighty. He wants you to quit. He wants you to fail. But his lies stop today. Your season of suppression is officially over. The Ancient of Days has stepped into your situation. And before another moment passes, you must understand that the entire celestial court was ordered to stand still because the Father wanted to deliver a direct message to your soul. Listen with your spirit. Open your heart. You are His demonstrated warrior of light. You have proven your loyalty in the fire. You chose integrity over cheap validation. And while everyone else was selling their souls for temporary comfort, you stood your ground in the darkness because you knew that your reward belonged to eternity. You stayed true. You kept the faith. I want to be transparent with you right now, before we go any deeper. I am not going to build a false mystery. Your time is too sacred, and I refuse to manipulate your emotions just to spring a surprise pitch at the end, because true spiritual guidance always honors the light of honesty. Let me name the tool. It is here for you. There is a verified digital audio track created by Dr. Robert Lake called the Genius Song. It is a simple 7-minute audio protocol. It uses advanced brain entrainment technology. And this sacred frequency is designed to reactivate your original super brainwave known as the gamma wave, because this is the exact connection to high intuition. You need this restoration. It is your inheritance. Scientists at Princeton and MIT have measured this frequency with EEG technology. It was turned off when you were 7 years old. This is the decline effect. And if your spirit already recognizes this divine doorway as the answer to your prayers, you can find the link in the description and the pinned comment right now. Do not feel rushed. Stay for the context. We are staying together to hear the rest of this prophetic mandate. We are about to uncover the ancient keys of preparation. Take a deep breath right now. And as we move into the next chapter of this revelation, your eyes will be opened to the hidden root cause behind your painful isolation. The noise is fading. The light is coming. The world tells you that your isolation is a massive failure. They watch you withdraw into your quiet room and they judge your silence. They think you are broken because you no longer crave their shallow social gatherings. But they are completely blind to the unseen reality. And while they whisper gossips about your sudden disappearance from their circles, the hosts of heaven are actually celebrating your holy extraction from their low vibrations. You are not suffering from a simple case of emotional burnout. Your nervous system is not failing you. This heavy exhaustion in your bones is a deep spiritual recalibration. And every single time you feel like you cannot lift your heavy head from the pillow, your soul is actually absorbing the massive weight of glory that the Father is pouring into your inner architecture. You are changing. You are shifting. Let us look at the ancient patterns of heaven. Moses was a royal prince in Egypt. He had wealth and power, but God pushed him into the deep quiet of the wilderness for 40 long years before he could ever lead the nation to freedom. He was totally alone. No human voice praised his name, and in that heavy desert silence, his old identity was completely melted down to make room for a holy mantle. He felt lost. He felt forgotten. King David experienced the exact same spiritual law. He was anointed to be king by the prophet, yet he spent years running for his life in the dark caves of Adullam. He lived in the dirt while his enemies mocked his holy calling. And during those bitter seasons of deep isolation when he felt completely abandoned by the world, the Father was secretly forging his spirit into an unshakable weapon of mass deliverance. He was hidden. He was protected. Your current wilderness is not a random mistake. The divine architect has intentionally closed the doors to your old life. He stripped away your toxic relationships to preserve your clean energy. And though you feel a terrible sting of betrayal from the people you loved, you must understand that heaven removed them, because their low frequencies could never survive the intense glory of your next breakthrough. You are safe. You are insulated. This ancient process of spiritual restoration is thoroughly mapped by science. Dr. Robert Lake built a massive system of neural renewal. He identified an explicit sequence of restoration protocols that contains multiple phases of deep transformation. And today you are only receiving the initial piece of this body of work because your brain must fully stabilize its baseline before you can unlock the next dimension. The system is vast. The sequence is precise. Each phase of this restoration uses different technology. Phase 1 provides digital audio at an accessible rate of $39, and other advanced phases are priced completely differently because they require intricate physical materials or highly extended specialized content. There is no quality hierarchy between these sacred doors. You will evaluate each phase on its own merit when your soul signals readiness. The choice is yours. Let us return to the root cause of your pain. You were born with a very high frequency. As a young child, your intuition was incredibly sharp. You had bright sparks of pure genius and endless creativity. But the rigid systems of this modern world slowly extinguished that holy fire when you reached the age of 7. Scientists call this the decline effect. And this tragic loss is the exact reason why your adult life feels so heavy and sluggish. Your power went dark. Your genius fell asleep. The enemy noticed your dimmed light. He sent toxic parasites into your life to steal your remaining energy. These people pretended to love you while they secretly drained your virtue. And because your heart was so pure and filled with holy compassion, you allowed them to abuse your boundaries for many painful years. You were their shield. You were their source. But heaven has officially broken that wicked trap. The extraction has begun. Your current isolation is the first step of your total restoration. God had to pull you out of the crowd to clean your spiritual lens. He had to silence the opinions of men so you could hear his voice clearly again. And in this sacred space of absolute stillness where no one can manipulate your mind, your neural baseline is being completely reconditioned by the frequencies of heaven. The noise is clearing. Your true sight is returning. The world tries to offer you cheap counterfeits to fill your lonely hours. They bring distraction and shallow pleasures to your door. They want you to compromise your high standard just to escape the heavy burden of this wilderness season. But your soul rejects their empty offers because you know that a divine connection is already being orchestrated in the courts of heaven. You refuse to settle. You choose to wait. You are standing on sacred ground. The dark night of your soul is reaching its absolute limit. And very soon, the hidden blockers that have sabotaged your progress for the last 10 years will be completely exposed under the blinding light of divine revelation. Do not turn back now. Do not yield to fear. Lock your attention right here, because the next chapter will shatter your limitations forever. Your breakthrough is waiting. Your victory is assured. There is a terrifying truth about your next 72 hours that you must face right now. The enemy has prepared a highly customized trap to make you sabotage your own breakthrough. And if you do not understand the hidden mechanism behind your own choices, you will walk right into his ambush while assuming that you are just having another run of bad luck. Listen carefully to me. You have been treating your preparation as an unending sentence. You stay in the waiting room because the magnitude of your calling terrifies your human ego. And you have secretly fallen in love with the tragic story of your own suffering while heaven is screaming that it is time for you to stand up. You blame the narcissists. You blame your broken family. You blame the system. But the truth is that you are hiding behind your pain because you are afraid of your true power. And the moment you step out of the shadows, you will have to take absolute responsibility for the divine territory that God has assigned to your name. The enemy wants you small. He feeds your imposter syndrome every morning. He whispers that you are a fraud. And you believe his lies because it is easier to remain a bleeding victim than it is to walk with the fierce authority of a sovereign king over your own mind. You must stop apologizing for your light. You carry the genetic lineage of breakthrough prophets. Your ancestors prayed for this exact moment. They watch you from the heavenly realms, and it breaks the heart of eternity when you allow small people to dictate your value, while the King of Kings has already placed an unshakable seal upon your forehead. Rise up, right now. Let us look at the brain. It changes during spiritual shifts. New neural pathways are fragile. Phase 1 of any activation is fully sufficient for initial shifts. But without a complete sequential protocol, those beautiful mental gains can quietly fade away around month 3 because your biology loves the old baseline. This is not about miracles. It is about completing your framework. You need a full blueprint. You cannot stop at the first door. You must walk all the way through. And I would honestly rather see you complete this entire sequence over 12 months as you can afford it than see you remain halfway activated in a hostile world. Now we must address the ultimate loop. Remember that heavy pressure in your chest. You felt it 3 nights ago. You thought it was an attack from hell. But the Father wants to strip away that false interpretation from your mind because he is ready to reveal the magnificent truth behind your pain. You are safe now. That heavy pressure was never an arrow. It was not a punishment. You are not under attack. You are under anointing. You protect the house. You guard the light. And the terrible loneliness that you have been fighting for years is not a social curse, because it is actually your official watchman duty over a sacred portal. The silence of God was your insulation. He had to protect your internal architecture. He silenced the applause of men, and he allowed the counterfeits to leave your room because their low vibrations would have contaminated the pure oil of your upcoming elevation. Heaven extracted you from their poison. The loneliness was actually your divine classroom. You had to learn how to rely completely on the Spirit. You had to find your voice in the dark. And you survived the wilderness because the fire inside your soul was always hotter than the external furnace that the enemy created to destroy your faith. You are completely unbreakable. The trap is now exposed. The illusion burns to the ground. The enemy wanted you to focus on dirt. He wanted you to complain in the wilderness. But today, you finally recognize the magnificent celestial warrior that is looking back at you in the mirror, while the demons tremble at your awakening. Your throne is waiting. Let us sit with this reality. We need to look at the facts. You spent years giving your energy away. You are no longer a victim. You are the architect. You must accept this shift now. And the universe had to shut down those toxic pathways to force your soul back into perfect alignment with your true destiny. Your nervous system is resting now. The heavy brain fog is lifting. Your original power is returning daily. And you are no longer required to explain your divine calling to ordinary people who lack the spiritual discernment to understand the weight of your mantle. The warfare is completely finished. You are the sovereign cycle breaker. You are a chosen vessel. Your training is fully complete. Your family will see the glory. The harvest is ready. And as we step across this sacred threshold together, you must realize that you are fully equipped to handle the extraordinary favor that is coming to your house. The waiting room is officially closed. Your permission to remain small is revoked. Prepare your mind for the solution. And before you walk into the absolute clarity of tomorrow, a physical anchor is being handed to your spirit, because heaven requires your physical agreement right now. The door is wide open. Remember 30 minutes ago when I first mentioned the genius song? Now it is time to walk through exactly what it does. You have spent your life feeling like an outsider, because your brain operates differently, and your childhood power was shut down by the system when you reached 7 years old, because the world wanted to tame your divine light. Think about a 47-year-old manager named Sarah. She used this track for 18 days without feeling any results. But on day 34, her financial brain fog suddenly vanished while she was leading her morning meeting. Most chosen ones feel their first noticeable shift between 11 and 21 days. Your neural pathways need time to fully adapt to the new baseline. You might think this sounds too good to be true, and you may hesitate right now because you have been deeply disappointed by generic manifestation courses that offered empty promises in the past. This is completely different. This is strict neuroscience. I would never disrespect your current financial situation. An investment of $39 can feel like a very significant decision right now. But Dr. Lake compressed 34 years of research into a single 7-minute audio track. And he chose absolute accessibility over the closed rooms of elite institutions like Harvard. You only need stereo headphones to begin. You must sit upright in a quiet room. Listen to the frequency in the morning before 10 a.m. Do not work or drive while the audio is playing. And you must avoid alcohol for 2 hours before your session because chemical substances will blunt your native gamma sensitivity. This digital track is completely original. It activates your native genius. A professional biofeedback therapy session costs $150. A monthly app subscription demands $15. And Dr. Lake created this accessible path for $39 because he knows the remnant needs tools right now. You receive 4 premium bonuses worth $80 total. The package includes the Genius Child audio track worth $19. You also get a classic book worth $20. And you will also receive a guided visualization track worth $29, while a practical habit infographic worth $12 completes this value stack. You risk absolutely nothing. You receive a 90-day keep the bonus guarantee. You can request a full refund via email. And you will still keep all 4 bonuses as a genuine apology for your time because your peace of mind is honored here. More than 18,000 users have activated this frequency with a refund rate under 4%. Every day your gamma wave remains dormant is another day your finances stay trapped. Your future self is looking back at this moment, and you must make a firm choice today because delaying your alignment will only extend your painful wilderness season. Watch out for cheap imitations on Amazon that use empty music. The only verified source is the official link provided below. Let us pause in absolute silence. Place your right hand over your chest and take a deep breath, because this critical decision is about your true celestial identity. Your spirit knows what to do. The door is waiting in the description below. You are officially stepping out of the dense fog of yesterday. And the divine architect is opening a major door of unprecedented favor because he refuses to let the enemy destroy your faithful house. Look ahead at your next 72 hours. The atmosphere around your home is clearing up completely. The hidden traps of the enemy are melting away under the blinding light, and you will receive a sudden wave of accelerated financial abundance because your long season of silent preparation has officially come to an end. Your legal financial debts will be cleared. New blessings are marching toward you now. The people who maliciously slandered your character in the past will witness the magnificent glory of your public elevation while the divine architect completely restores your reputation. You do not need to defend your name. God is fighting your battle today. Subscribe immediately so you do not miss your next prophetic instruction. Use the super thanks button to support this ministry because your generous seed will quickly accelerate the harvest in your life. Place your left hand over your heart. Speak these words out loud with me. I am a chosen vessel of the Most High. I completely revoke every hidden agreement of limitation. I receive the supernatural acceleration of my divine destiny right now because the wilderness is officially over. Amen. When you complete your secure order today, the next page may look like another offer. It is simply the second door that Dr. Lake carefully created because he fully supports your complete spiritual journey. And your binary choice will be fully respected either way, because there is no pressure or trickery inside this sacred space. You are totally free. When the next phase reveals itself to your soul in the coming weeks, you will recognize its language instantly. The invitation will feel incredibly precise. You will simply know your next step without any earthly hesitation. And you will automatically step through the next threshold because your activated intuition will guide your soul perfectly without any need for human validation. You do not need to fear the unknown future anymore. Walk with unshakable confidence. Go in absolute peace. Heaven is backing your destiny today.